SKINAMARINK is the name of a nonsensical song about love that is often sung by school children because of its goofy lyrics. It's also a movie that has one of the most effective trailers I've seen in years. I have the link down below before the comments if you haven't seen it already. Go ahead and check it out, and then we'll discuss. Welcome back to ML Miller Frights. I'm ML Miller. Before we begin, please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications. New in select theaters from Shudder, and I'm sure it'll be on Shudder soon, is SKINAMARINK. It's directed and written by Kyle Edward Ball. SKINAMARINK is an art house film with a simple and very vague storyline. I'll do my best to describe it, but I feel that even this description is up for interpretation. A pair of children wake up in a home where their parents have gone missing, and so have all the doors and windows. Trapped in a world of eternal darkness, the two children go about their day-to-day business, feeling confident their parents will reappear soon to help them out. But they soon realize that some kind of malevolent entity has invaded their home and lurks in the darkness. That's kind of the story of SKINAMARINK. I mean, that's what happens, but because of one of the first lines spoken in the film, everything that occurs later is put into question as to whether or not what is happening is really happening. Yes, this is one of those films. It's going to be divisive. There will be a lot of people who praise it for being groundbreaking. Then again, there will be those who hate it for going nowhere and providing a very ethereal resolution to the challenges these children face. Unlike many reviewers, I don't try to distinguish some kind of gap between the critic and the viewer. I want to tell it like it is, from a common person's perspective. Yes, I will occasionally take a deep dive into the metaphorical or praise a film for taking bold steps to be different from the norm. But I also feel that upending all expectations is a surefire way to lose an audience. SKINAMARINK is one of those films that goes its own path, and I admire it for doing that. Is it an entertaining story? No. Sometimes. Maybe. SKINAMARINK is able to establish a thick mood of dread and solitude. It captures that feeling you get in the middle of the night when you know you are safe and sound in your home, but you can't help but give room to that feeling someone could have snuck in and have been hiding in your closet for hours, waiting for the perfect time to strike in the middle of the night when all is quiet and you are vulnerable and alone. Remember that feeling when you were a kid, when you hear a creak in the house, and even though you know your parents are just a room away, that gulf feels endless. It's that feeling that even though you know there is nothing but clothes in your closet or toys under your bed, the darkness suggests infinite terrors lurking in their place. Director Kyle Edward Ball is a master of conveying that precise feeling and does so numerous times throughout SKINAMARINK. For being able to capture that feeling and reproduce it so many times through darkened images and subtle sounds, I admire Ball's skill as a filmmaker. That doesn't give way to the fact that I felt underwhelmed by the time the credits of SKINAMARINK rolled by. This is a slow descent into darkness, an innocent mind lured into the abyss by a force that grows in intensity as the film goes on. The players are more archetypes than real characters. They are two children doing and saying exactly what one might think kids of that age are doing and saying, though I do feel that there would be a lot more crying and screaming going on if this were played out more accurately. Basically, the kids go about their day, content that their parents will show up soon, and that eventually all of this will pass and the lights will come back on. But the moment never comes. It's a scary feeling, and SKINAMARINK invites you in and holds you there, giving an inkling of that hope that safety and comfort is coming soon for a very long time, as the story is told from the perspective of these two naive kids who have no idea what is going on. But that's all there is to SKINAMARINK. And while I do feel the ending is a powerful one, I think many people who are used to a more mainstream narrative will be pissed about the time they wasted with such a threadbare story, no matter what kind of suspense one might have experienced sitting through it. SKINAMARINK never fully focuses on the faces of the children or the parents. The camera is off kilter, often focusing on banal things shaded in thick darkness. It makes you want to parse through all of that to try to understand what's going on. It's alluring in that sense, as it makes you look hard to understand just what exactly it is you're seeing through that dim light. Some of the images are disturbing, as there are voices from nowhere, floating objects, disappearing portals, upside-down landscapes, and strange nightmare faces you can only barely make out. But the vagueness of it all is not going to sit well with some. SKINAMARINK redefines narrative expectations, offering dream logic in its stead. I get that this might be a metaphor for child abuse, maybe sexual abuse, and definitely neglect. But though I don't need things spoon-fed for me, the lack of any kind of solid grounding of the story left me wanting. And I know that won't pass for some folks. It's a film about feeling rather than telling, which is all well and good. But in being so experimental and art house, I found it to be off-putting because I knew that this is not a film I would recommend to some of my more reality-based and concrete-thinking friends. Take that criticism as you will. This is not going to be a universal crowd pleaser of a movie. Your reaction is going to vary by what you want to leave a movie with, an intense feeling or a compelling story. SKINAMARINK only delivers on one of those.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're